Have you ever wondered why some people lose fat quickly while others struggle for years, even when they eat the same foods and do the same workouts? What if there was one single process inside your body that determines how fast you burn dangerous fat, especially belly fat? And what if this process could be switched on in just minutes a day? Today, you're going to learn something most people never hear from their doctor, because burning dangerous fat has almost nothing to do with starving yourself or doing intense workouts. It has everything to do with activating a natural system inside your body that controls calorie burn, appetite, inflammation, energy use, and hormonal balance. Once you switch it on, fat loss becomes easier, faster, and much more predictable. Before we get into how to activate it, you need to understand why people gain dangerous fat in the first place. Dangerous fat, called visceral fat, is not the soft fat under your skin. It hides around your organs, the liver, intestines, and heart. This fat releases chemicals that increase blood pressure, raise blood sugar, damage arteries, and cause inflammation. Scientists from Harvard call visceral fat the silent killer because you can have it even if you look normal weight. That's why so many people feel confused about their health. They think they're fine, but inside, dangerous fat is running the show. The real problem is not overeating. It's not being lazy. It's that your metabolism slows down when your body's internal energy switch becomes inactive. This switch is controlled by something called mitochondrial activity. Mitochondria are the tiny engines inside your cells that burn calories. When they're active, your body becomes a fat-burning machine. When they slow down, fat becomes extremely hard to lose, even if you try everything. The fastest way to burn dangerous fat is by activating these mitochondrial engines. When they turn on, your body burns more calories at rest, your blood sugar stabilizes, cravings reduce automatically, and your energy increases. Multiple studies show that people with high mitochondrial activity burn fat almost 50% faster than those with low activity. The best part? You don't need to do heavy workouts or follow extreme diets to activate it. The first method to activate this system is something called metabolic microbursts. These are short, controlled movements lasting 10 to 20 seconds that stimulate your mitochondria without raising stress hormones. Research from the University of Waterloo found that these fast but gentle bursts can elevate fat-burning hormones for hours. Imagine standing up from a chair, squeezing your core, tightening your legs, and raising your arms for 15 seconds. That tiny movement switches on more fat burn than 20 minutes of slow walking. The goal is not intensity, it's activation. You can do this 5 to 10 times throughout the day. It takes less than 3 minutes total, and it signals your body to start burning stored fat. The second way is by correcting your metabolic timing. Your body is wired to burn fat at specific times of the day. When you align your eating window with your metabolism, fat burning increases dramatically. Research from the University of Alabama shows that eating earlier in the day improves insulin sensitivity and increases fat burning overnight. This doesn't mean skipping meals. It simply means consuming your main calories earlier rather than late at night. Even shifting your dinner 2 hours earlier can help your mitochondria work more effectively. Another powerful method is reducing what doctors call metabolic blockers. These are everyday habits that slow down your metabolism without you realizing it. One of the biggest blockers is poor sleep quality. Just one night of less than 6 hours of sleep reduces your fat-burning hormones by over 20%. Another blocker is constant snacking, which forces your insulin levels to stay high all day. When insulin is high, fat burning shuts off completely. By giving your body small breaks between meals, even 3 to 4 hours, insulin dips and fat burn reactivates. Now here's where it gets interesting. A lot of people believe that burning fat means you have to do long cardio or heavy gym sessions, but science shows the opposite. Long workouts can actually raise stress hormones, especially after age 40, causing the body to store more fat instead of burning it. What works better is short-duration, low-stress activation. Things like slow stretching, brisk 30-second power walks, or gentle squats done for short spurts. These movements activate your mitochondria without exhausting your body. Another major factor in burning dangerous fat is your internal inflammation level. When inflammation is high, your cells become resistant to fat-burning signals. Your body basically gets stuck. Certain foods can help reduce inflammation quickly. These include blueberries, leafy greens, olive oil, nuts, and foods rich in omega-3. Even adding a small amount of cinnamon or ginger daily can help stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation. The goal is not to follow a strict diet, but to include small metabolic boosters into your meals. Hydration plays a very underrated role as well. When you're even slightly dehydrated, your mitochondria slow down. Drinking water every few hours acts like fuel for these tiny engines. A simple strategy is to drink a glass of water right after waking up. Studies show that this increases calorie burn by up to 30% for around an hour. It also wakes up your digestive system and flushes out metabolic waste. Another powerful method to burn dangerous fat fast is cold temperature activation. You don't need ice baths or extreme cold exposure. Just lowering your room temperature a few degrees or rinsing your face with cold water can activate brown fat, your body's natural heat-burning tissue. Brown fat burns energy to keep you warm, and activating it even slightly improves your overall metabolic rate. Your posture also affects your metabolism. When you slouch, your lungs don't fully expand, reducing oxygen flow. Mitochondria need oxygen to burn fat. By simply sitting up straight or taking slow, deep breaths throughout the day, you give your metabolism a boost. Breathwork studies show that slow, controlled breathing improves fat oxidation by increasing oxygen supply to cells. Now let's talk about what happens inside your cells when you activate your metabolism properly. Your mitochondria begin converting stored fat into usable energy. Your liver begins releasing fat stored in its tissues. Your pancreas regulates blood sugar more effectively. Your muscles absorb glucose instead of letting it turn into belly fat. Your appetite signals become more balanced, meaning you naturally eat less without forcing yourself. This is why many people fail to lose fat even when they follow strict diets. They focus on eating less instead of activating their cells. When your body's internal engines are asleep, no amount of dieting will work long term. The fastest path to burning dangerous fat is not about willpower. It's about restoring your natural metabolic rhythm. When your internal systems are active, your body works with you instead of against you. Energy rises, digestion improves, cravings disappear, and fat loss becomes almost automatic. Think about how your body feels after a good night's sleep, a few moments of morning movement, or a nourishing meal. You feel lighter, more stable, more energized. That's your metabolism switching back on. The goal is to create that state consistently. One of the simplest routines you can follow is this: morning hydration, a short microburst movement, a protein-rich breakfast, 3 to 4 hours between meals, and one small cold exposure during the day. These small steps give your mitochondria everything they need to activate. Over time, your body becomes more efficient, and your dangerous fat levels begin to shrink. There's one more thing you need to know: stress. Chronic stress raises cortisol, a hormone that tells your body to store fat, especially around your belly. Even 5 minutes of slow breathing reduces cortisol significantly. When cortisol drops, your metabolism immediately improves. This is why relaxation is not luxury, it's metabolic medicine. The people who burn fat the fastest are not the ones who starve themselves. They are the ones who create small, consistent metabolic activations throughout the day. Their mitochondria stay switched on, their insulin stays stable, their inflammation stays low, their energy stays high. Their body naturally chooses to burn fat instead of storing it. Your metabolism is not broken, it's waiting for activation. Once you give it the right signals, you will see changes in your energy, your cravings, your stamina, and your waistline. Before we end, ask yourself this: what small change can you start today that wakes up your internal engines? Is it a glass of cold water in the morning? A short microburst after sitting too long? A shift in your eating schedule? A moment of deep breathing? Every small step you take becomes a message to your body: start burning fat. You now know the fastest way to burn dangerous fat, not through extremes, but through smart activation of your metabolism. Your body is built to burn fat. You just have to wake up the system.